Hi, dear children. A wonderful day to you. Today we are going to take the new text, which is the literature part. This is the textbook. Hope you all got the textbook. Okay? And today we are going to take the first lesson. Bashir leaves home. This is a really beautiful story of a small child, a boy named Bashir, and he is doing such a naughty thing, and he feels that whatever he wanted was the most important thing in his life. You also will be like that, no? If you want a toy car or if you want a new dress, you may have a fight with your parents. The same way Bashir also wanted something, but his parents were not ready to give it. Let us see why they refuses, what they refuses, and how he reacts, what happens later. Let's see these all things, okay? And I'm going to read the first paragraph.
Bashir Leaves Home by Subhadra Sengupta. Do you get upset when your parents do not give you or get you what you badly want? When you're really upset, what do you do or say to them? How do they react then? Let's see the lesson. Bashir was leaving home. No one in the family understood him anyway. And he was sure no one would miss him. Not his Ammi or Abu, nor his Bhaijan Khalid. Only his dog Chand would think of him, so to save him the pain, Bashir was taking Chand along with him. In this big wide world, there must be some place where a heartbroken 7-year-old boy and his dog could live in peace.
Okay, let us see the characters in the story. The first one is Bashir himself, and the next one Ammi, the mother, Abbu, the father, Bhaijan Khalid, the brother, and then Chand, his pet dog, and another one Panwala Munnalal and Banno Bibi. These two people are there in their street whom Bashir feel that they are his friends and they love him. That's what Bashir feels. And here in the first paragraph it says that Bashir was leaving home. Why? Because no one was understanding his feeling, no one wanted to listen to him, no one wanted to care him, no one has love on him. That's what is his feeling. Bashir is such a naughty guy, no? If his Ammi is not loving, if his Abba is not loving, if his brother is not loving, then who else will love him? Right now? They all love him. Bashir never felt that they loved him. And why he felt like that? That is the problem. Let us see why he is not feeling their love. What makes him to go from home? Let's see that. Now, the little boy feels that only Chand, his pet dog, will be there with him throughout the life. He is the only one who is loving Bashir. That's what Bashir feels. And he thought that he would take Chand also when he is going away from his home. And he is feeling that there will be some place in the world for a heartbroken 7-year-old boy. Now, the little boy Bashir is really heartbroken for himself. For what reason he is heartbroken, we have to see. Okay? We'll see the second paragraph. Let me read it.
Paragraph number 2. Emptying out his school sachet, Bashir packed a pair of shorts and his best blue shirt in it. He and Chand would need to eat something, so he stole 2 pieces of fish and a boiled potato from the kitchen and stuffed them in a side pocket. Finally, he added a pencil to write letters home and a half-melted candle for the night. All the pocket money he had, he knotted into a handkerchief.
The second paragraph says how he has packed his bag and how he started the journey, how he made himself prepared for the journey. Now, the first thing he did was he unpacked all the books and other things from the school bag and then packed a few clothes of him and stole some food items, a few potatoes and other things, some biscuits or something like that, for him to keep his stomach filled with, and a pencil to write letters. All those things he packed very well in the bag, and now he's starting to go, right? And he took Chand, the pet dog, also along with him. Now let us see why he is starting to move away from, why he felt that he was heartbroken, why he felt that the other people are not considering him. Let's see that, the third paragraph. I am going to read it for you. Listen to me.
Third paragraph. It was the pocket money that had started all the trouble that morning. Like every Friday, Abu had given him 2 rupees to spend. Now, Bashir wanted to buy that fantastic racing car he had seen at the toy shop. He'd even gone and asked the price. Now, all he wanted was a loan of his pocket money for the next 14 weeks. But Abu wouldn't give it to him, so Bashir was going away.
The third paragraph says, the problem came because of his pocket money. You know, every Friday his Abu used to give him 2 rupees as his pocket money. He used to keep it very safe. He never spent the money. But on one Friday, when Abu gave him the pocket money, he wanted to get a few weeks pocket money in advance. Why he wanted that? Because he wanted to buy that beautiful, fantastic racing car for him. That's why he wanted the pocket money as an advance. How many Fridays pocket money he wanted? He wanted the pocket money of 14 weeks. It's not a short time, isn't it? Long 14 weeks. So all those long time pocket money he wanted as a loan. Once when Abu is giving it, he will buy a racing car and he will be really happy. And for the time being, he would never ask for another pocket money. That's what was his decision. But Abu did not give that. So he could not buy the racing car. And he was really unhappy about the situation. This is the reason why Bashir was going away from his home. We'll go for the next paragraph. I'm going to read it. Listen.
Fourth paragraph. Carrying his sachet, Bashir opened the front door and stepped into the gully and began walking towards the main Chandni Chowk road. At the corner, Panwala Munna Lal looked up from putting lime on a row of pan leaves and said, "Arey, Bashir Ustad, where are you going? Isn't it summer holidays in your school?"
Now he started moving out of his house and he started walking through the street, and when he reached the shop of Panwala Munna Lal, he asked, "Where are you going, mera beta? Are you going to enjoy the summer holidays?" Because Munna Lal also knew that it is his summer holidays and he is having a long holiday for the time being, and Munna Lal was asking whether he is going out for a trip to enjoy the holidays. Is he really going for a trip? No. He is going away from his home just because he is angry with his family. Let us see the next paragraph. I am going to read it. Listen to me.
"Yes," said Bashir shortly. "I am going somewhere else." "Acha, where?" "To the railway station," sighed Bashir, tiredly dropping the sachet at his feet. "Alone?" Munna Lal scratched his chin. "Are you by any chance running away from home?" "Yes," said Bashir bravely.
When Munna Lal asked Bashir whether he was going for a trip or a holiday, Bashir said, "Yes, of course I am going, but I am not going on for a holiday." Then Munna Lal was really surprised. "Where are you going then?" Then the boy said, "I am going to railway station because I am going from my home. I am running away from my home." The boy said it very clearly. Munna Lal was feeling surprised when he heard the words of the little child. It's very funny, no? A child running away from his home for such a simple reason. But Munnalal didn't know why he was running away. Let's see whether Munnalal is asking or not. I'm going to read the next paragraph.
Munnalal glanced behind Bashir, gave a mysterious shake of his head, and then, to Bashir's surprise, said, "Good, have a good trip." With his head reeling a bit, Bashir picked up his sachet. He'd always thought Munnalal was his friend, but he seemed he didn't care either. Whistling to Chand, Bashir trudged on.
When Munnalal asked whether he was running away from home, Bashir said, "Yes, of course, I am running away from home." And then Munnalal looked behind him, only Chandu was there, and Chandu was there behind him, just supporting him and accompanying him. And then Munnalal smiled and then was continuing with his work, and Bashir stayed for a little while there to get an answer from Munnalal, but he was not ready to listen to the little boy anymore. And then when the little boy understood that Munnalal is busy with his works and is not ready to listen to him anymore, he started moving ahead by whistling to Chand. Giving a signal to Chand, he walked away. He started moving. Let's see the next paragraph.
A few yards down the gully, outside her door, Bana Bibi sat pounding masala as they were going past. Chand gave her a friendly bark. Bana Bibi looked up and, with a big smile showing her pan-stained teeth, said, "Bashir Raja, where are you going?"
After a few steps, it was the time to see Bano Bibi. Bano Bibi was making masalas, and while they reached in front of her shop, Chand gave a friendly bark to Bano Bibi, and in a sudden Bano Bibi raised her face and looked at the little boy and the little dog and asked, "Bashir Raja, where are you going? Harry Bashir, where are you going? Are you going for a holiday trip or something like that?" That would be the question behind Bano Bibi also. Okay? Let's see what is his answer and how she reacts, Bano Bibi reacts. I'm going to read the paragraph. Listen to me.
"I have left home." "Oh, but why, beta?" "Nobody cares. They won't help me buy that racing car, and I want the money as a loan anyway." "So you're running away?" "Quite right."
Now when Bano Bibi asked, Bashir said, "I'm leaving home." Bano Bibi got really surprised. "But why you are leaving home?" Then Bashir said, "You know, I wanted that racing car. I have asked my Ammi and Abbu to give me a loan for my pocket money for the next 14 weeks. But they did not give me. I wanted that racing car. Somehow I need that. I need the loan and I want to buy the racing car. That's really beautiful. Have you seen that? Really beautiful. How good it is, you know." Bashir was telling a lot about the racing car and was very keen to have that car. Bano Bibi was smiling and watching whatever he was telling, and Bashir continued, "But my Ammi and Abu were not listening to me, even my brother also not understanding me. They didn't give me the money, so I am leaving home." Then Bano Bibi asked, "Okay, so because of that you are leaving home?" Then Bashir said very strongly, "Yes, of course I am leaving home only because of this reason." The little boy was very strong. Bano Bibi was really feeling to burst into laughter, but she could not, right? Let's see the next paragraph.
Bano Bibi looked thoughtfully down the gully behind Bashir and then touched his cheek with fingers staining yellow from the haldi said Khuda Hafi beta, have a good journey, and then she laughed. Bashir felt his heart break. His family, even his friends in the mohalla, they didn't know they were such hard-hearted people. Here was a sad 7-year-old going away forever, and all they said was Khuda Hafiz. Suppose he got lost? Suppose he was kidnapped by robbers? Or someone stole his bag and left him to starve?
Okay, then in a sudden, Banna Bifi started looking at him, keeping her finger on the cheek, and she just looked at him for a short while and continued making masalas. And then Bashir started moving, but this time he was really upset. Why? Because he had a real fear about the world outside his place. He was thinking, these people are not at all loving me, not at all caring me, they don't want me to live with them. And he was thinking, what will they do if I am being kidnapped by somebody, if my bag is being stolen by somebody, if I am kept for starving, what will I do, what will they do to help me? He was thinking about all those things and was getting really confused. He is only very little boy, 7 or 8 years only. He was only 7 years and he was not able to think about the future. He was just thinking about the loss which he had in his life for the time being. What is the loss in his life for the time being? He cannot buy the racing car just because his Abbu is not giving him a loan for the coming 14 weeks, right? So he is really angry about what his Ammi and Abbu did and why his brother was supporting and why his friend Munna Lal was supporting and then why Banno Bibi was not supporting him. All those points were making him really sad. But at the same time he was happy that Chandu was there with him. His pet dog was always there with him. He was having only that confidence in him. We'll see the next paragraph.
As Bashir reached the last stretch of the gully, his steps got slower and slower. Would no one ask him to think about going away? Beg him to stay? Finally, he was at the end of the lane, with his eyes blurring with tears. Bashir looked back for the last time. There was the kulfi shop and his friend Kutan's house above it. Goodbye. Then the kite shop where you got those beautiful marbles. Goodbye. And goodbye Munna Lal and Banno Bibi and Ammi and Abbu. And Bashir sniffed.
Now, in a sudden, when he started moving ahead, his steps became slower and again slower. Because he knew it's very difficult to live without his family. His Ammi is there, his Abbu is there, his brother is there, his friend Munna Lal is there, and Banno Bibi is there. So all those people are there to care him. For this single reason he is suffering a lot and he wanted to leave. Now once when he started moving ahead and he started towards the end of the gully, he was thinking why they could stop me. They could have stopped me, at least telling that they will give it maybe some other time. Even if they are not giving it also, they could have stopped me from leaving my home. That could have been done. No. I am only 7 years. I am a small boy only. How can I live without the help of my Ammi and Abbu and my brother? It's not very easy for me. I know it very well. But they could have stopped me once at least. The little boy's heart was really painful at that time. He's very naughty, no? Let's see what happens in the next paragraph.
As he stood there, suddenly Chandu was streaking away from him down the gully back towards their home. It looked like even his faithful Chand wasn't interested in going with him. Bashir blinked to clear his eyes of tears. When he blinked again, who was that? Wasn't that a familiar face riding Abbu's old bicycle down the lane towards him? He and his Bhaijan Khalid had been following him all along.
And when they reached at the end of that line and when they were moving into the main road, Chand stopped them. Now Chand understood something abnormal is going to happen, something unusual is going to happen, and he is not going to be a part of it. Till that time, he was following Bashir very sincerely, but from that moment onwards, Chand was not ready to follow him. Now what happened is Chand moved back and started moving towards his home. That was really what we will say a shocking moment for Bashir. He never thought that Chand will leave him. Now Bashir's eyes were filled with tears and it was coming out of his eyes. He was crying. Now when Chand also moved away from him, he could not even bear all those feelings. In a sudden he could see a bicycle coming facing him, coming near him, and he could understand that it was Abbu's bicycle, and when it came near he could identify his Baijan Khalid riding the bicycle. And when he saw Baijan Khalid coming near him in Abu's bicycle, he was thinking that they came following him and they came in search of him to call him back home. Is it really like that?
With Chand doing a dance of delight around him, Khalid pedaled up to Bashir and stopped. He looked down solemnly at Bashir's tear-stained face and then asked gently, "The railway station, Bashir Mia, or the airport?" "Home," said Bashir, scrambling onto the front road.
When Baijan Khalid reached Bashir, he stopped the bicycle there and asked Bashir, "Where are you going, at the railway station or to the airport?" Bashir got really shocked or sad by the question because he never wanted to go like that. Did he? No, he never wanted to. He wanted only that toy car. For that he did all this drama. But that was not successful. Nobody was listening to him. And then in a sudden, Bashir said, "Not to any other place but to my home." That was really what we will say a laughter breaking moment for Khalid and other people in the street. Right? He's really a naughty boy. This is such a beautiful story written by Subhadra Sengupta, an Indian English writer, and we have some exercise part. You have to complete this exercise part and the new words. What are the new words that you all the new words are being given in the box in the text itself. Note down all the new words, understand the meaning and make sure that you can use them in your English language daily usage also, and complete this exercise part by yourself and share it to me during the interaction time. Thank you. Have a nice day.